Now, some breaking news just released by the Daily Mail. Kulusevski is set to miss at least 2 games, the AZ Alkmaar clash on Thursday in the Europa League and the home game against Bournemouth in the Premier League on Sunday. There is some good news though. Van de Ven, Romero and Solanke are all set to return. Reports are stating that Spurs have turned down the offer to sign Timo Werner on a permanent deal. Spurs will listen to offers for Richarlison in the summer, and Spurs are still interested in Southampton star Tyler Dibling, and they are now looking at Frankfurt midfielder Hugo Larsson. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit the subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit the follow button and leave a review if you can. Now let's start with some breaking news from the Daily Mail today. They have just stated that Tottenham Hotspur suffer major fitness blow as yet another top star is ruled out in latest setback for Ange Postecoglou's side. Tottenham Hotspur have been dealt a fresh injury blow, with key forward Kulusevski set to spend a spell on the sidelines with a foot injury. The Sweden international is undergoing tests to determine the extent of the issue, but seems certain to miss at least Thursday's Europa League clash against AZ Alkmaar and this weekend's clash against Bournemouth. It remains to be seen whether he can feature again before the international break, with head coach Ange Postecoglou to confirm the extent of the injury tomorrow. In this report, it says Kulusevski has become a key player for Ange Postecoglou, and his absence will come as a major setback for the Spurs boss. Spurs have had a number of injury problems to key players, with Kulusevski the latest victim. There is hope that first-choice centre-backs Christian Romero, Mickey van der Ven and Dominic Solanke are close to making their returns. Also in this report from the Daily Mail, it states that Kulusevski has become a vital player for Spurs since his arrival from Juventus back in June 2022. He has played 42 games for Tottenham already this season, scoring 10 goals and providing 10 assists. The Daily Mirror have stated that Spurs will assess Richarlison's situation this coming summer. Football.London on this story, they have stated that Spurs will entertain bids for the Brazil striker this summer. The Daily Mirror have stated that Spurs have passed on the opportunity to sign Timo Werner on a permanent deal this coming summer, and they have informed RB Leipzig of this decision. And Sky Germany have just reported that Spurs are currently looking at Frankfurt midfielder Hugo Larsson. Tuttosport in Italy have stated it will be difficult for Fabio Paratici to return to Tottenham Hotspur after his ban, which ends this coming summer. Paratici is said to be in talks with other Premier League sides, which may be alarming to Spurs fans. But the former Tottenham man is said to have a strong desire to return to Italy to work for a Serie A club, and therefore AC Milan is a very appealing option to the 52-year-old. Tuttosport have also reported about Tottenham's interest in Inter Milan star Davide Frattesi. They have stated that Spurs tested the water in the January transfer window, but Inter Milan put up a wall to make sure that Frattesi stayed at the club during the winter window. The Italian newspaper have also claimed that Nottingham Forest are planning a summer move for the Italy international. Tuttosport have also stated that the player has only played 10 minutes in the last 3 games in Serie A, and it is expected that more clubs will be interested in him this coming summer, but it does remain to be seen whether Tottenham will come forward once again. TalkSport have just reported that Tottenham believe that they are leading the race for Southampton star Tyler Dibling. Dibling is expected to leave the South Coast once Sorry, Saints' return to the Championship is sealed. The England under-21 international is out of contract in the summer of 2026, and TalkSport has been told that he is unhappy with the new deal that is being offered at St Mary's. Tottenham chairman Daniel Levy believes that it will be difficult for the Saints to stick to their valuation in excess of £50 million. TalkSport have then stated, as well as Spurs, Newcastle and Aston Villa had made initial inquiries about prizing the 19-year-old Dibling away from St Mary's. Now, the Spurs under-21s were in action on Monday evening. An improved second-half display, though, wasn't enough for our under-21s as 2 goals just before the half-time break handed Leicester City a 2-0 victory in Premier League 2 on Monday. We struggled to affect the game in an attacking sense during the first period, and quick-fire strikes from Richards and Briggs just before the half-time break put the hosts in control. But while we threatened more after the break, we couldn't find a way through. Now, my thoughts on everything in this episode, I tell you what, it just doesn't rain, does it? It pours. I tell you, as soon as Ange Postecoglou feels that he's getting players back, and I must say, what great news it is getting Van der Ven, Romero, Solanke back. He must be absolutely delighted. And now another setback in Dejan Kulusevski missing at least 2 games. Let's hope it is just 2 games and no more, because, when on earth is Ange Postecoglou going to have a fully fit squad to choose from? I've been saying for the last week or so what a huge week this is for Spurs. AZ Alkmaar on Thursday, a huge game for us, and a huge game as well on Sunday in the Premier League at home against Bournemouth. 2 massive games. We need to climb up that Premier League table, and we need to, start off extremely well in this first leg. In the Europa League last 16. Very, very frustrating yet again. Frustrating for everyone connected with Spurs. Of course, all of us are like, yes, we're getting our players back. And then it's, again, that another key player is missing. But wishing Dejan Kulusevski all of the very best, and hopefully he will be back very, very soon. Spurs turning down the offer or the option to sign Timo Werner. That is absolutely the correct decision. Spurs need much better players, in my opinion, and I'm going to keep it very polite at that. Richarlison, I spoke about this the other day. Spurs apparently are going to listen to offers in the summer for Richarlison. Sometimes, and I've said this over recent years, sometimes you just feel as a player, as a fan, I suppose, as a manager, and the board, I suppose, would feel it as well. Sometimes you just feel that players' time is up at the club. And, Richarlison, I'm sure that he will do a very good job somewhere else. But we need to move forward as a football club. Fantastic with the fans, etc. But we need to be seeing a lot more delivery on the pitch in that final third, in terms of goals scored, creating opportunities, assisting the team, etc., etc. And sadly, he has spent a lot of time out injured, which has been a big, big shame for him. Spurs are still interested in Tyler Dibling. Of course, I've said this many times about us identifying top young talent. We definitely need to be bringing in a couple of ready-made players with vast Premier League experience, in my opinion, as well. I'm all for top young talent coming in and players for the future, etc. But of course, you need players for now as well. So that's going to be an interesting one. Of course, Thursday's game is going to be a big one. As I've said, Sunday's game is going to be a big one. We've got 4 games in March. I expect Ange Postecoglou to go, at full strength. Full strength. I say full strength. What players are available to him, because this, of course, is another frustrating setback with having Dejan Kulusevski out for a couple of games. But we've got to go at full strength for these 4 games in March, and then, of course, it is the international break, and then we return Chelsea away. Another massive, huge game for us. We will be live at 7 p.m. This evening, Tuesday evening. I'll be joined by 3 others, and we'll be talking about everything Tottenham Hotspur, and we'll also be previewing the big game this coming Thursday, AZ Alkmaar v Tottenham. Please do join us. Thanks for watching, and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do that subscribe button, like, share, and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do that follow button and leave a review if you can. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, come on, you Spurs.